Okay.
You concluded by saying hand gestures cannot reason. That's very strong.
Okay.
So,
What have you observed in all we spoke yesterday, or the topics what we discussed yesterday? What do you think your thoughts are about the topics what we discussed yesterday? Where does you think this plays a significant role in our lives?
the lot that I could relate to was in terms of communication. Because when you mention rate of speech, it has to be moderate. That because I tend to speak very fast.
You mean you tend to speak very fast? Is that what you're saying?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I tend to speak very fast, and sometimes I have to get very conscious and to sort of fix the pace.
See,
So
speaking
that
very fast is basically it's okay with me, with any of our Indian counterparts. I can follow what you're talking, and similarly you can too.
mm,
Okay, it's
mm,
really fine talking to your counterparts in India or possibly uh,
yes.
within your circle. They can comprehend what you're trying to convey. But when you talk about
No, sir. No,
when
no, sir. They really don't understand what I tell them, and I have to
okay,
begin.
so
I
you
go
feel
very fast.
so you feel that you are pretty fast and people are finding difficulty in understanding you. Is that what you're
Yes,
saying?
yes, yes,
Okay,
yes, sir.
okay, okay.
Especially when you were explaining about how you gave this instance of when a customer contacts and when the person is not able to understand. So I could relate to it so well because it happens every single day at my home.
Okay.
So when the emotional level is very high, I speak very fast, and it's very difficult for anybody to figure out what I'm saying.
Okay. But for me, I don't,
So I just
I don't see you pretty fast, but I can easily comprehend what you're trying to convey. See, normally what happens is basically all you have to do is just remember one thing: talking fast with the right pronunciation and talking fast with inappropriate pronunciation. There is a difference, correct?
yes, that is
Yeah.
yes.
And if you have the right pronunciation, people might comprehend you 80%. The
Hmm.
next, the rest 20%, they might not be able to grasp because they would not be able to catch up with your pace. You agree with me?
Correct, correct,
Yeah. They would not be able to
correct.
completely understand you, but they can still understand what you're trying to convey in bits and pieces, but
Hmm.
not
Hmm.
completely, but partially, yes. Partially when I say 80%.
Yes, correct, correct.
Yeah. But when you have a moderate rate of speech, it is just not one
Hmm.
person. Anybody on this earth can understand what you're trying to convey. And secondly, they are pretty much comfortable following you. And
Hmm.
it refrains repetition. They would not ask you to repeat. Number two. And secondly, your pronunciations will not go ori. When I say Ori,
Correct, correct.
when I say Ori, it's
Yes,
basically you know the meaning of Ori, AWRY.
yes, sir, yes,
Yeah,
yes, sir,
the
yes.
pronunciation would not go Ori. These are some advantages when you have a moderate rate of speech, whether it's your friend,
Hmm.
like you say that you've been very candid in telling that people are not able to follow you, but see,
Yes.
our rate of speech, we subconsciously do it. We don't. We are not the ones who can speak fast, but we are subconsciously like that because we come from different backgrounds. I come from a different background. You come from a different background. When you're talking to people, they come from a different background. So there is a cultural barrier. We usually call that as a cultural barrier when it comes to people from our own country. For example, when you're talking to somebody from a different state, for example, assume that you're talking to somebody from a person whose mother tongue is Malayalam, or whose mother tongue is Kannada or Tamil or Telugu. There is a difference, or I would say you definitely will have difficulty in understanding what they are trying to convey, even though you have a moderate rate of speech. The reason why I'm telling you is you might have a moderate rate of speech, your pace, people would try to understand your pace, but unfortunately, they would not be able to comprehend your pronunciation on certain words. Correct? When you say pronunciation, let me put it here. Okay. See, when you say pronunciation, there are flaws in pronunciation when your rate of speech is high. Correct? Are you following me, Vinita?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
your
Yes, sir.
pronunciations will go awry when your rate of speech is pretty high. Okay, and secondly, you might miss out on certain keywords when you're talking. When I say certain keywords, we have something called as the focus words. Correct? Have you heard about the term called
Yes, sir. Yes.
focus words? You focus on a
Yes, sir.
particular word, you go high, your pitch is high. That means you are trying to
Hmm.
emphasize on that word. It could be a verb,
Emphasis. Yes,
yeah,
correct.
it could be a verb, it could be a noun, or it could be a pronoun, it could be anything significant to your thought process. Correct? And secondly, your
That's correct.
your intonation also indicates to the other person whether yours is a statement or a question, or uh, an acknowledgement where you are actually putting it across in different fashion. For example, when you are trying to put it in a normal fashion, your modulation is normal, and when you are questioning a person, the modulation at the end of the sentence goes high. Correct?
Okay. Okay.
your question, for example, I cannot use the word, say,
Yes.
could I know your name? So when I say could I know your name, the last bit of the sentence indicates that you are questioning someone, or possibly I will definitely will know that that's a question. And
Right. Yes.
statements are flat, the statements will definitely go flat. Correct? And your
Yes.
certain statements with curiosity, with certain statements with emotions. See, emotions can be anything. Correct? Emotions
Yes.
can be your exclamation. For example, how do you pronounce this? Can you see on the screen?
Wow. Yes, sir. I can see.
So what does that exclamatory mark indicate?
Includes surprise, happiness. It's
All of these
just
words. What does
strong
all
emotion.
of these words indicate actually?
A strong emotion.
See, here the exclamatory mark indicates your excitement. Correct? It's like you cannot say wow. You cannot sound dead. Rather, you can say wow, fabulous,
Yes.
awesome. See,
Yes.
these guys indicate that there is something special in your expression. Okay, and you are excited. See, all of these words are, I would use the term called this. These are all adjectives. I would say these are all words used when you are trying to express something in one single word. And someone asks you, how was the movie? You don't have to completely use a sentence and say that the movie was fantastic, I liked it. All you can do is you can say that how
Right.
was the movie. All you could do is you could say awesome.
Right.
So these
Right.
are words which are very very powerful. Okay, and secondly, there are few more words. Beautiful, correct? profound. See, these are words which express, which could be expressed, your thoughts could be expressed, your emotions could be expressed in just one single word,
Mm.
right? And especially when we acknowledge, we use these words for describing something. It could be an object, or it could be a noun, or it could be anything else, or it could be any relevant topic you are trying to correlate. Correct, Vinita?
Mm. Yes.
So exclamatory mark indicates that you may have to be a little electrifying in your pronunciation. Wow. You cannot just say
Mm.
wow, right?
Yes.
There is no such, when you cannot sound flat as well.
Right.
So these are words which basically indicates something special with
Mm.
relevant to the topic you're talking. For example, someone says that
Yes.
you look good in this dress. So how would you
Mm.
acknowledge? We would say thank you, right?
Yes. Yes.
See, when someone says you look good in this dress, that's a compliment,
Yes.
correct? So compliments are
Yes.
acknowledged. For example, when someone says happy birthday to you, how do you say? How do you acknowledge?
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah. And some people have a habit of saying, if someone says good morning, Vinita, what do you say?
Good morning.
Sorry?
I'd say good morning.
If someone says good morning, you either say very good morning to you as well, or you would say same to you. We have got used to the word called same to you. Correct?
No, I'd say good morning. Yes, correct.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of people say when I wish them, I say good morning, they would say same to you. Okay, rather, and what if someone says have a good day? I would say Vinita, have a good day. How do you acknowledge?
Mm. I'd say good day.
You would rather say thank you and you too,
Mm.
correct? Or
Mm. Yeah.
or you would say you have a good day too. Or I wouldn't say a
Yes.
good day, I
Yes.
would say you have a fantastic day too. So it's basically a
Mm.
TOO, it's
Yeah.
not TO, please remember.
Yes.
Or you can as well say you have a good day as well. As well as
Mm.
TOO, it's all the same. It depends on the choice of words, how you play around with words, Vinita. See, playing around with words, if you master the art of playing around with words, people would
Mm.
never ever try to argue with you, number one. And if you are trying to create an impression as a language specialist, people would definitely feel good if they want to continue talking. For example, if a person like me, I'm very much particular about language. If I find someone whose language is good, I would love to talk to that person for a real long time.
Mm.
Would you not do it?
Yes.
Yeah. And secondly, I've seen a lot of people who we use the word called, correct? Have you heard about this word?
Yes, sir.
What does it mean actually?
Flirt is to,
People would use this word. They said he's a flirt, she's a flirt. Correct?
yeah.
What does it mean actually?
Yeah.
Why do we use the word called flirt? Flirting around. He always flirts around. See, basically, I wouldn't use this word FLIRT in the wrong sense. Again, flirting is also a
Mm.
skill, right?
Mm.
You agree with me?
Okay.
Even if you want to flirt around, you need to possess those
Mm.
skills. So see, it's again a skill. It's most
Yeah.
of most of the time extroverts. I've seen a lot of extroverts who are good at this,
Mm. Okay.
and some people do it very quietly. Okay, and people would
Mm.
not know what this guy
Mm.
is up to or what she's up to. Okay, that's
Mm.
again
Okay.
a skill. An introvert with these skills. See, all these are skills where you utilize. It's all within you, Vinita.
Mm. Mm. Okay.
You use it for various purposes. I've seen usually people, they say that this guy is a flirt. I usually I tell the boss, look, flirting is not bad, right?
Hmm.
And I also make fun of them, telling that I keep pulling the leg, telling that, can you do it? Correct?
Hmm.
Can you do it? No, because that's a skill again.
Yes, that's a skill,
That's
right?
a skill. Yeah, that's again a skill to engage people in a conversation to make sure that the person is you're engaging this
Hmm.
person in your conversation, and you're actually trying to grab the attention of the person.
Right, right.
What's grabbing attention, Vinita? How good are you in grabbing attention of people? What do you mean by grabbing attention? For example, in a wedding, assume that you are in a wedding. Okay,
Hmm.
you there are a few people in weddings and in organizations, in parties, where they grab attention. Have you seen them?
Hmm. Yes, sir. Right.
When you say grabbing attention, they would go from person to person to talk to them, correct? And
Yes,
they would
yes,
be the center of attraction most of the times.
yes,
Yeah,
yes.
and some people, it's there in the blood, okay, and socializing skills are in the blood, and they would be attention grabbers.
Yes.
And I'm
Correct.
sure that they would be a center of attraction. They would not do it intentionally, but they do it subconsciously.
Correct. Yes.
பார்த்திருக்கீங்களா அந்த கல்யாணத்துலலாம் சில பேர் வந்துட்டு they'll grab attention, people will be watching them, some good looking guy or a good looking girl, they grab attention. Not just they are looking good, or some
Yes.
people, even though they are not looking good, they grab attention by means of the interaction with people, okay, the way they talk to people, and people look
Correct.
at them twice.
Yes.
பார்த்திருக்கீங்களா?
Yes. Correct. Yes, sir. Yes.
They would turn around and look at you,
Yes.
and you should feel conscious. Some people, on the mari திரும்பி பார்த்தா, they become very conscious. They would say that what the heck is looking at me? No, boss, you're yourself. That is being yourself. And when you grab attention, that means you are somebody with a different kind of a skill. You are somebody with a good amount of socializing skills, or people like the way you carry yourself, or people like the way you talk to them, or people like the way you're dressed up. Correct, la?
Right.
and
Correct,
some
sir. Correct.
and some people are very quiet. They still
Hmm.
don't talk, but they still grab attention. Other that would be something different from a person who's already been talking to people. So grabbing attention, just not physically, it can happen while you are on the phone. When you're speaking to
Okay.
someone over the phone also, you grab attention, you attract people. So you are a charmer there. Kelvipattikeenga the word. Have you heard about this word called charmer?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, yes.
You're a charmer. And most of the flirts are all charmers. அவங்க வந்து
Yeah.
தெரியும்.
Correct.
See, I'm telling you, the word charmer is basically you actually entice people. Entice na தெரியும்ல?
Hmm.
You
Yes, sir.
you hypnotize people.
Yes.
You make sure that the other person start liking you. The other person feels good about you. The other person would love to be with you. The other person would love to talk to you. And there will be other people also trying to approach to talk to you, because you are good at something which you do not know. Correct, la?
Hmm. Correct, sir. Correct,
and
sir. Correct.
and that's again a skill.
To know the person. Yeah, correct.
Sorry,
To sort of know the person in.
it is again it's again, it depends on how charming you are. See, not everybody
Hmm.
can be charmers, correct?
Right.
You
Right.
cannot be you cannot grab attention, or you cannot be an attention grabber just like that, and you cannot
Hmm.
feel that this guy is talking to so many people, blah blah blah. But that's your character, that's the other person's character. So all of these are socializing skills. I wouldn't say flirting is bad.
Hmm.
I would say flirting is a skill. For example, in the movie industry, there's a difference between Kamal Hassan and Ajit and other people, right? Kamal is an
Yes.
attention grabber. Patrikingla.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
He is a known flirt from his early days. Correct? La?
Mm.
Even to,
Correct.
even today, the girls of the
Mm.
younger generation, they actually they fall for his charm, whether he's 60-year-old or 65 years old. Patrikingla.
Definitely. Definitely.
Even
I
today,
agree.
yeah, I'm a fan of Kamal. People, they would see that's again your personality. There is
Mm.
nothing to do with your acting skills. Correct? La?
Right. Right.
Because yeah, if you are good at talking to someone, grabbing someone's attention, people still like you even at the age of 60, 65. There is something
Mm.
special in you, or you are a charmer.
Correct.
So similarly, even in our regular life, we grab attention, especially we grab attention when we go to a function, or we grab attention
Mm.
on the streets. Correct? La? You don't have to talk to people on the streets to grab attention. You go dressed up very neatly.
Mm.
You go on a nice car. You go dressed up neatly. You grab attention of people. Whether your language is good, or whether you're good in
Mm.
your people management skills, whether you're good in your body language, eye contact, adalla vera. But in public,
Mm.
you grab attention
Mm.
for reasons best known to you, or the reasons best known to people who are looking at you. Correct?
Correct.
And
Correct.
people would actually என்ன பண்றாங்கன்னா people வந்து மறைப்பாங்க. They would actually look at you,
Um,
they will glare at you, but no, boss, you should not be bothered about they are glaring. They are glaring at something which you do not know why they are doing it. It
right.
could be for
Right.
two good reasons. You are grabbing their attention for good or bad. I don't know.
Mm.
Only you know about it. The way you carry yourself also grabs attention. Correct?
Mm.
You must have seen
Correct.
Amitabh Bachchan, Patrikingla.
Yes. Yes. Sir.
Even
Yes.
at 72, he is one of the best dressed male in India. You know that?
Yes. Yes.
Yep.
Sir. Yes.
Yeah. There are a few people who grab attention by the way they present themselves, and some people have a very
Mm.
excellent screen presence.
True. True.
அவங்க வந்தாலே போதும்.
Correct.
அவங்க வந்து சும்மா கூட பேசுற தேவையில்லை. ஒரு ஸ்லோ மோஷன் ஒரு வாக்கு கொடுத்துட்டு இப்படி பார்த்துட்டு போனாங்கன்னா போதும்.
Correct. Correct.
So likewise, even in our lives, so see, they do it on the screen, but we do it in real life. அது வந்து சில பேருக்கு இது ஆட்டோமேட்டிக்கா இருக்கும், வினிதா. That's there in the blood.
Yes.
And secondly, and the style of carry, you see, depends on how you carry your personality in a very sophisticated, in a stylish fashion, that people should look at you twice. They should give you a second look. Correct? That's again a different story compared to how charming you are when you're talking to people over the phone. People see basically over the phone. What is that you like about a person over the phone? You have not seen the person, correct? Assume that you have not seen the person.
Right.
And even though you've seen the person, what's that you like about the person over the phone? If you want to talk to a person, if you like to talk to a person, you like somebody over the phone, you would love to talk to that person. What is that important thing which you like about a person when you're interacting with him or her on the phone?
I'm clueless. Sir.
What's that you like about a person when you're talking to someone, talking to him or her over the phone? உங்களுக்கு எது வந்து ரொம்ப பிடிக்கும் for getting that good impression about, oh my god, this guy is amazing, or hey, look, that girl is superb, hey, this guy, you talk to him, no, oh my god, that guy is excellent over the phone, that guy is like wow, under mari kuda. See, people would not, I cannot be like you, or you cannot express words like how I do. Correct? We both are different.
Correct.
I would
Correct.
say, if
Correct.
someone asked me, Madan, how is Vinita? I would say, amazing. அவ்வளோதான். அதுக்கப்புறம் அவன் என்னன்னா யோசிச்சிட்டோம். Let him think whatever he wants.
Mm.
Or I would say, hey, she's
True.
amazing, man. Or I would say,
Mm.
she is amazing over the phone. And I would also say, she sounds superb over the phone. She sounds good over the phone. That means, what am I trying to say there? From your perspective, good is what? It could be his voice quality, correct? La?
Correct.
Importantly, I would love the first impression when you talk to someone over the phone is the voice quality. Do you agree with me?
Yes.
Voice quality, your resonance, I would say your resonance quality makes a great big impact, even though you are grammatically you are not that good. You agree with me?
Correct. Correct.
There are some people, okay, there are some people with excellent language, you know, whose language skills are amazing, but their voice quality might not be good. Patrikingla, have you heard people whose language is amazing? Nalla superb இருக்கும். They'll be excellent speakers, but அவங்க voice quality வந்து it will not be up to the mark. அது வந்து அந்த ஒரு voice quality வந்து excuse me அந்த depth இருக்காது. பார்த்திருக்கீங்களா?
True. Correct. Yes, sir.
அந்த depth இருக்காது.
Yes, correct.
For example, I'll give you one fine example. Have you heard an actor called Niralgal Ravi?
Yes, sir. I have. I have.
அவரது வாய்ஸ் பார்த்திருக்கீங்களா?
ஆமாம்.
ரகுவரன்.
Yes. ஆமாம்.
You know Raghuvaran?
Yes, sir. I know.
Raghuvaran, the voice எப்படி இருந்தது? His language is also good. He's got good English language. தெரியும்ல?
Yes, sir.
பார்க்கிறதுக்கு he is very lean. But his screen presence, he passed away. Correct? La?
Yes, sir. Yes.
He was one of the, I've seen him as one of the sophisticated villains in the Tamil industry with good language. He used to carry himself very nicely. பார்த்திருக்கீங்களா?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And his voice quality was like superb. Have you seen him? Have you seen his movies?
Yes, sir. I have.
Yeah. எப்படி இருக்கு voice?
Depth.
His voice has depth. And secondly,
Yes.
his voice and his body language. He matches his body language, even though he's lean. He's got. He's of a different kind of a villain. Correct? La?
Correct.
And not many. You can hardly find people like them. You can find the regular kind of villains. You can find the regular kind of negative characters. But the way some people carry themselves is like class. And secondly, he is an educated guy, and he used to dress up very nicely. Vinuta, Patrikingla.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Neat.
Yes.
He was
I was just about to say that. Yes.
அப்புறம் வந்துட்டு the way he expresses வந்து அவன் வாய்ஸ் வந்து ரொம்ப டெப்த் இருந்தது.
Yes, sir.
Even today, when I watch into some of his old movies, I keep listening to his voice because I'm more to do with voice, and I love if people have a good voice. Number one, and the voice quality order. If your language is good, it's like wow.
True.
You get a blend of both.
Yes.
அது வந்து எல்லாருக்கும் இருக்காது. Only a few people, only a few gifted set of people have that. See, for example, Kamal Haasan, his language is good. His English language is good. Correct?
Correct, sir.
But his voice quality is not good. Patrikingla.
Quality is not. Yes, correct.
Yeah, his voice quality is weak actually.
Correct.
So on the Mari, so we can modulate your voice. See, modulation of your voice. See, when I'm talking to you, my voice modulation is different. But when I'm talking to you on a regular note, my voice quality is different. Because what I do is, I consciously make sure that I project my voice. Similarly, when you're talking to people, especially people who you are not known much to them, with friends and family, it's still fine. You don't have to project your voice. You don't have to impress the person, or you don't have to make sure that the other person feels good when he's talking to you. Family, see, within the family, it's still fine. But when you are having a formal conversation, for example, when you are training people, when you are addressing a group of people, when you are running a PowerPoint presentation, see, all of these, it requires all of these qualities, Vinita. All of these qualities. and it is just not presentation, especially if you're a faculty and if you're training people who are, forget the regular classroom training where you train students. That's a different ball game altogether. Correct?
Correct.
And training a set of working professionals is different. So when you're talking about working
Hmm.
professionals, you become very conscious about all of these things.
Hmm.
Or you may have to have all of these, or you may have to possess all of these to make sure that you turn out to be a good speaker, or you turn out to be a good orator in front of the group. You know what an orator is?
Yes.
Yeah, good oratory skills. Some people, some companies, you may have seen the prerequisites. They would say that lang- graduation is a must. போட்டிருப்பாங்க பார்த்திருக்கீங்களா?
Hmm. Yes, sir. Yes.
Graduation is a must. Good, good English language.
Hmm.
இதெல்லாம் போட்டிருப்பாங்க. And
Correct.
that role requires that. It is just not that.
Hmm.
The role required, that's the business requirement for the particular role. And if you are a faculty, if you want to talk to people, if you are addressing a group of people, all of these
Hmm.
matters. It's just not formal, even during informal occasions, even during informal occasions. For example, wedding. For example, when you're talking to people, when you're talking to someone who you think are not that close to you. See, if people are
Hmm.
close to you during occasions like wedding and things like that, you are completely informal, correct?
Correct. Correct.
And if you meet someone who you are okay kinds, you don't have that kind
Hmm.
of a comfort zone, or you're not in the comfort zone with that person, you stick to the formal way of talking to them, correct?
Correct. Correct.
You will not allow them to talk in an informal fashion because you're not comfortable,
Correct.
or you think that the other person is not comfortable. For example, I would talk to people, okay, if I find the other person is not comfortable, I would become formal. I would stick to my formal self. And if I know that you
Hmm.
are good, you are a chilled person, I'll also come to your level and
Hmm.
start talking like how you actually are.
Correct.
So these are important aspects when it comes to language skills. Okay. And going to your interpersonal skills, I think we're done with this, is it? Correct?
Interpersonal, yes, sir.
We're done with interpersonal skills. Okay.
Yes, sir.
And
Yes.
body language,
Yes.
any questions on language skills?
No, sir.
Choice of words.
Gestures, choice of words, we've completed that list.
Yeah, and the sentence formation is nothing to do with, it's more to do with grammar. And pronunciation. Okay, I forgot to tell you something
Hmm.
about pronunciation. Just a minute. That comes in language skills here. Let me put it here. It's not PRO, it's PRU.
Yes, sir.
It's pronunciation. So, language skills, when it comes to language skills, there is something called as various aspects. I would put rate of speech. See,
Hmm.
basically, language skills, I would also put it as comprehensibility factors, and I would want to put it here. Okay. What is comprehensibility factors? Comprehensibility factors are nothing but your pronunciation, correct?
Hmm. Okay.
How good or how well you pronounce, or how right you pronounce, is what matters. See, pronunciation,
Hmm.
again, there is something called as MTI. I told you about MTI, right?
No, sir.
MTI. Okay. There are certain things called MTI, which is mother tongue influence.
Oh, yes, you do. Yes, mother tongue.
MTI is nothing but mother tongue influence. See, mother tongue influence plays a major role in your
Hmm.
pronouncing words perfectly and making sure the other person talks. What's MTI? Mother tongue influence. No, what do you mean by MTI? See, all of us have MTI. Even I have an MTI. People say that you don't have an MTI, but yes, deep down I know that I have an MTI. on certain words only. Correct?
Okay.
For example,
Okay.
I would give you a word here. How do you pronounce the first word?
Paper.
The second one?
Air.
Fantastic. See, usually MTI appears on certain words from different kind of lingos. For example, PAPER. Okay,
Hmm.
okay. It's usually I've seen people pronouncing it as paper, patakingla.
Yes.
They would not say
Yes.
paper, they would say paper, paper, Airtel, and this is predominantly found in Andhra and Tamil Nadu.
Okay.
Paper, Airtel, Air.
Plumber.
There are so many words again. And this word, how do you pronounce this word?
Uncle.
Uncle. Have you ever spoken to somebody from Andhra? Or do you have people from Andhra? Have you ever spoken? Have you tried to figure
Yes.
out those?
Yes, sir. I have.
They would not say uncle in Andhra, they would say uncle. Pathakingla. Uncle. They would say
Yes.
uncle na சொல்லுவாங்க அவங்க. அப்புறம்
Um,
வந்துட்டு there are these are all MTIs. How do you pronounce this?
okay. Circle.
Yeah. People from Andhra, they would not say circle, they would say circle.
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 It's the
Pathakingla.
same in Kerala. Yes, sir. It's the same in Kerala. This is circle.
Circle தான் சொல்லுவாங்க uncle தான் சொல்லுவாங்க. See,
Circle.
these are all MTIs. And MTIs varies from state to state, from one mother tongue to another. See, I'll not have a MTI on paper. I'll have a mother tongue on something else.
Okay.
And uncle வந்து தமிழ்நாடு காரனுக்கோ they'll say uncle, they'll not say uncle. See, again, there's a difference here. Whereas a person from Andhra will have a MTI on these two words, but whereas you people will not have, rather a person from Karnataka will not have. So these are MTIs, these are mispronounced words. MTI is nothing but mispronounced words. Words which are not
Spanish.
appropriately pronounced, or words which are not pronounced the right way or the way it has to be. So MTI is again one barrier. I'm sure that you must have come across people with MTI.
Yes, sir.
And people from Kerala, they have a different MTI on different words. They will not say paper, they'll say paper. Pathirkingla?
Yes, sir. The R stretched to
The
the
paper ன்னுவாங்க அவங்க.
paper.
Paper, pay ன்னுவாங்க அவங்க. Pay இல்ல அவங்களுக்கு.
Um,
And
okay.
similarly, MTI is different from people who are from north. For example, a
Yes.
person from north, I've seen, they'll not say zero, they will say zero.
Okay.
Have you heard them?
I heard the Tamil and the Kerala version, but
Huh.
not the
Yeah, zero. And they will not say, how do you pronounce this word? This one.
position.
Yeah. They will say position, they will say position. See, certain words they do not have in the diction.
Okay. Okay.
They would not have in the diction. And even some words, how do you pronounce this word?
Shaker.
Ha, shaker. You're pronouncing it right. But usually I've seen people from Tamil Nadu, they said it's sagar. Pathirkingla. Shaila.
Good. Sharla. Correct.
Shaila. They would say sagar. Kaila in place of, see, the name pronunciation SHEKAR is right, but the way they pronounce is different. So these are all called as mother tongue influence because there are certain words which are not there in your diction. So this is basically barriers for communication. So I don't think you have anything called as MTI. If you still think that you have a difficulty in pronouncing a few words, you can just share those words with me. Okay. So these are key things, and grammar, when it comes to grammar, choice of words, your sentence formation, again pronouns and substitution of words. Again, after that, importantly, voice quality. I'm going line by line, okay? We're talking about voice quality. When I talk about voice quality, your resonance, your audibility, and how you modulate also.
So how do you pronounce all right?
Can you spell that out for me?
Alright.
Okay, it's all right. See, for me, see, basically, you have to understand one thing, Vinita. See, we come from a Brit background of pronunciation. Ours
Mm,
is
mm,
a neutralized accent, correct?
mm.
We don't roll the
Correct.
R's,
Mm,
whereas an American would not say all right. You would say all right. El irkadanga,
mm.
patakingla,
Correct. Mm.
or
Correct.
they'll say all right. El irkade, and they'll roll the R's. All right. But
Yes.
whereas me and you
Correct.
will say all right. It is heard. The L and the R is heard.
Mm. Okay.
So that is neutral accent. We are from a British education background. Our accent is neutral. We've been following a British accent from our childhood days. You agree with me?
Yes, sir.
But now people started to, they're more Americanized. You know, when it comes to
Yes.
Americanized, their choice of words, okay, their lingos, and the companies they work, and the influence of the Americanized words. You must have seen, you know, they would say, oh, you know, a lot of people, you know, they would use a lot of American lingos. Patar Kingla, I'll put one.
Yes, sir.
Have you heard this?
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, this is nothing but an American slang, and some people say, "Or
Mm.
just okay," or
Correct.
you can also say "fine," or "all right." All of these are nothing but the same meaning.
Mm.
Or you can also say "agree." But whereas an American would have different versions, he would say "all right," or they would also say "already." Kelipatra Kingla,
Yes. Yes, sir.
they
Yes.
say
Yes.
already, and they would say "okie dokie."
I know that.
Yeah, it is more
Yes.
lingo.
I
This
know
is
that.
not a part of the diction. The
Yes.
part of the
Correct.
diction English is purely what we have studied, which is British.
Mm.
But now they're more Americanized. People are more Americanized, and Facebook. I'm
Mm.
sure that you're on Facebook, you're on Instagram, and they use
No, sir. Not on any.
short versions of the language. Patrick
Mm. I'm not on any social
Have you
media.
seen all of these words?
Yes, sir. Yes, I
Yeah.
lost everything. So how would you pronounce Schedule?
Can you come again?
Schedule. SC
Schedule, is it? Which one?
SCHEDULE. Yes, sir.
Is this the one?
Yes, sir. That's it.
See, there are two versions. Some people say schedule,
Mm.
but actually it is schedule.
Ah, yes, sir.
Schedule, and this one also.
Schedule.
We say often,
Often.
and actually it is often.
Often. Oh,
Yeah,
TV. Okay.
schedule. Number la, and we see we don't focus much on pronunciation. We are not particular about pronunciation. We usually say schedule it.
Mm.
We use a word called sha, but actually it is schedule.
So is it schedule or is it schedule?
You can use any one of them, but schedule sounds crisp and stylish. You got to be a little stylish when you pronounce words, Vinuta.
Okay.
See, when you sound stylish, what happens is
Mm.
you grab attention.
Mm. Mm.
புரியுதுங்களா? See, the spelling
Yes.
will remain the same. The pronunciation is
Mm.
where you differ
Difference.
with other person.
Yes. Yes.
Actually, a lot of people say schedule. It is actually, yeah, schedule is also okay, but schedule is very crisp, and some people say often. I definitely would not say
Mm.
often. I use often, but often is the right
Okay.
pronunciation. That's a
Okay.
Brit
Okay.
pronunciation. Often is a Brit pronunciation. Often
Okay.
is US. Schedule is US.
Mm. So could you pronounce schedule once more?
Schedule. Let me put it here.
Schedule.
Got it?
I say schedule.
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 Yeah.
Schedule. No, it's
S K
schedule.
E.
And
இங்க போட்டிருக்க பாருங்க
yeah, got it. Got it, sir. Got it.
Remember
Got
the
it.
K.
Schedule.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. That's how I pronounce
Yeah. Most of
schedule.
them say schedule.
Ah, and
And
how would you pronounce opportunity, sir?
opportunity. You're correct.
Ah, opportunity. Okay.
It's opportunity.
Okay.
See, there's a difference between these two words: photograph and
Yes, sir.
photography.
Photography. Yes. Yes.
Photograph, photograph,
Photography.
photography. See, don't you think English is a very
Yes.
weird language, in fact? Yeah.
Yes.
So
Yes.
these are Americanized way of pronouncing photograph and photography. People பார்த்தா சிரிப்பாங்க, இவன் என்னடா இவன் இந்த மாதிரி பேசுறான், இவன் photograph பண்றான், பக்கத்துல ஒரு வயசு வந்துட்டு he's changed the pronunciation. No, but that's the way the phonetics work.
Sure.
You must have heard about phonetics, right?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
கேள்விப்பட்டிருக்கீங்களா இது?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Yeah,
Phonetic.
phonetics.
How would you say it? How? Okay.
Sorry?
And sir, how would you? I'm just sorry for word. What's the next? So how would you pronounce VIDO?
E-I?
VI. V as in Varanasi. VIDEO.
Can you come again?
V as in D as in Denmark. EO.
Video?
Correct. How would you pronounce this?
Video.
Video.
The sound V, the sound V is different and the sound W is different. Do you know that?
Yeah. Correct.
Window. The lip doesn't touch when it comes to W. But when it comes to V, the lip touches the video, the lip on the teeth. See, it again
Yes.
gets into phonetics. Video.
Correct.
V under ஒரு sound வரணும், அந்த சத்தம் வரணும், V. But whereas WINDOW is a window, your lips doesn't touch.
Window. W.
It's
Yes.
a little
Window.
English is a weird language, but you need to sound a little better. You need to sound a little stylish. You can apply all of this. See, basically, people will actually look at you, and some people will not understand what you're trying to say, especially when you say schedule. People will not understand.
Yes.
அவங்களுக்கு
True, sir.
ஷெட்யூல்னு சொன்னாதான் புரியும் உங்களுக்கு.
Correct.
You say, I wouldn't say photograph. I wouldn't say photograph. I wouldn't say photography with my friends or something. I would use to say photograph. Simple outcome, because I make sure that the other person understands photography. That's my way of telling to an Indian. But when it comes to a Brit, or when it comes to a guy from US, I would say photograph and photography. Otherwise, they would not understand what you're trying to say.
Correct. Correct.
They'll not follow you. So it's basically
Yes.
how you intonate certain words. These are called as intonation. So
Yeah.
these are a few words where you actually can focus on. And next comes rate of speech. Moderate is nothing but you need to refrain being too fast or too slow. Too slow, you actually will have the other person boring. He'll not find you interesting. Too fast, he'll not understand what you're trying to say. So you need to work on a moderate rate of speech where people can follow you, people can understand, and people also will be in a better position to catch or capture your thoughts. And secondly, it refrains repetition. If you're pretty fast, they would not understand and they would say that, could you repeat that again? தமிழ் சொல்லுவாங்கல்ல, என்ன சொன்னீங்க என்ன சொன்னீங்க என்ன சொன்னீங்க அப்படி அப்படிம்பானுங்க. அப்படின்னா என்ன சொன்னீங்கன்னா, that means he is not followed what you're saying.
Yes. Yes.
Similarly, in English, people would say, what was that? or they would say, "Can you repeat that again?" Or some people, if you're talking to an American or a customer from US, he would speak in a different fashion, telling that I couldn't get you.
Yes.
I couldn't get what you're saying. That means from where? From the minute when you started talking, or in between's where? So you need to repeat the whole thing from the minute you started, and that is a painful process.
It is.
And your efforts, your energy levels deplete if you're doing this.
Yes. Yes.
அப்போ உங்களுக்கு கூட பேஜார் தான், என்னடா திரும்பி ரிப்பீட் பண்ணுறேன், எங்கேருந்து ஸ்டார்ட் பண்ணுறது? You have to start from the beginning. So,
Yes.
so initially, what we normally advisable to do when you're handling your counterparts from UK or US, first sentence, start off with your first sentence and ask him, "Are you able to follow me?"
Okay.
That is your play, trying to play safe, rather than at the end of the 10 minutes conversation the person says, "I didn't follow you." Rather, the very first sentence you can always ask him, "Are you able to follow me, sir?" Or, "Are you able to follow me, Peter?" Or, "Are you able to follow me, John?" Or you can also say that, "Are you able to comprehend me, John?" Or you can say that, "Am I clear, John?" And if the person says yes, then you can continue in the same fashion with the same pace. That means
Okay.
you are trying to confirm your rate of speech that the other person is following, rather than goofing it up at the end of the conversation, repeating the whole thing again. That's again, it is basically a pain for the other person who's listening to you, and also your energy levels. You need to put in the extra effort the second time.
Sure.
So we used to use a technique. I used to always tell my people, I used to always tell them, we are all pretty fast when you're talking to somebody from US. Always make sure you begin with the first sentence and confirm with the customer whether he or she is following you. So the customers will say that you are fast. Then that means he's indirectly telling you to reduce the rate of speech. Are you getting what I'm saying?
True. True.
So
Yes,
you
sir.
are playing safe there.
Yes.
Secondly, you're not annoying the other person by listening to you for the second time with that same old bullshit story.
Correct.
So make sure that you confirm, you strike an agreement, ask the person, "Am I audible to you?" First thing is audible. Audible is what? Your language must be good, everything might be good, but what if you're not audible to the person?
Correct.
All of these things are good. See, I would say all of these things are good. You're excellent. You're amazing. But what if your voice quality is bad and you're not trying to project your voice? That means you're not audible to the customer. What is the point in spending time talking to the person for such a long time? So if you think that your voice is bad, or if you think that you need, I'm sure that you are the best judge when it comes to assessing your voice, aren't you?
Yes, sir. Yes.
So you can modulate your voice accordingly and ask the person, "Am I audible to you?" To make sure, again, confirming the other person whether he or she is able to hear you. Kekuda, am I audible? If the customer says, if the person says, oh yeah, no, that means you can continue in the same level and finish the conversation. This happens predominantly while you are speaking to customers over the phone or somebody over the phone. See, when it comes to physical, there are a lot of things which adds value. 1 minute, Vinita.
Okay, sir.
It adds a lot of value because meeting someone physical, there is something called as body language. I would observe the lips. Do you do that when someone's talking to you?
Yes, sir.
I observe his lips. I observe his lip language. I observe the way he uses his lips. When I find them a little difficult, when I find his pronunciation a little difficult, I look into his lips. People will find very conscious, but that's not my problem, because for me, end of the day, I should understand what he's trying to say.
Correct.
So I would observe his body language. See, even gestures. It will indicate 50% of what he's trying to convey. Do you agree with me?
Yes, sir.
Or
True.
at least 25%. See, that's how it works. Okay, and if you have all of these and you're not audible, your voice quality is bad, still you are the best judge to modulate your voice, project your voice, and make sure that the person that you're heard. You can
Yes.
always ask the person, am I audible to you, sir?
Mm.
Rather than goofing it up, it's you're making sure that the other person says that you're audible. Then you can continue the same level of voice projection. புரியுதுங்களா?
Yes, sir.
But
Got
when it comes to personal meetings, you don't
it.
have to ask him whether are you following me. Not required.
Yes. Got it.
If suppose the person is not following, he will quickly interrupt and tell you, what was that? And I couldn't get that word. That's still okay.
Mm.
So these are important aspects of socializing when it comes to personality development attributes. And yes, personal disposition is very, very important. Like I told you yesterday, when you're meeting someone on a personal note, your dress code, your attire for the occasion, and you know how that
Yes.
indicates how well groomed you are. What is grooming actually?
Being presentable.
Sorry, what do you mean by groom? Groom is a word which is used for various purposes. We'll also tell them, let me groom him on his language. When someone says I'm bad in language, we'll groom him. And grooming here is different. When it comes to personal disposition, grooming importantly throws in a direct impact on the way you dress up. When I say direct dress up, it is just not your dress, how hygienically you look, especially clean shaved, right? And your hair combed in a very, very decent fashion. Nowadays, you hardly find people like that. Correct? You hardly find well groomed people. You agree with me, Vinita?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, there are, I would say, they may have good language, they may have all of the above, but what is the point if you're not dressed up neatly? That's the
That's
first
true.
impression. Anybody, when they look at you before they talk to Vinita, they would shake hands and they would look at you from top to bottom to check your dressing
True.
sense. Correct? La?
True. True. True.
And they'll gauge you then and there. You may be excellent in the above, what I've highlighted. But bottom line, the first
Yes.
time your personal
Yes.
disposition, the first time you meet people, they look at you. Before they talk, they look at you, correct?
Correct.
So
Correct.
they
Correct.
run a quick assessment on your dressing sense. Dressing sense,
Correct.
dressing sense, dressing taste, எல்லாருக்கும் வராது.
Correct.
Some people have an excellent dressing sense. They'll be excellent. They'll carry themselves nicely. But இதெல்லாம் இருக்காது அவங்களுக்கு. பார்த்திருக்கீங்களா?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Have you
Yes.
seen them?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Or possibly they'll not have all of them. They'll have a few. So that will drive them into a conscious. But that actually they know how to carry themselves in spite of having deficits in a few attributes. அதை அப்படியே மேனேஜ் பண்ணுவாங்க பார்த்துருக்கீங்களா நீங்க?
Yes, sir. Yes,
They're
sir.
able to
Yes.
somehow manage. That's again a skill.
Mm.
Most of the people I've seen, people who have done their BTech, people who come from IITs, people who come from IMs, they're good in knowledge, they're good in product knowledge, but the language may be awful. பார்த்துருக்கீங்களா?
Yes,
They
sir.
may they may dress
Yes.
up well. They would say that I'm from IM. They would have dressed up very, very neatly. ஆனா அவங்க வாயை திறந்தாங்கன்னா it will be awful.
Mm. Mm.
Have you seen them? Have you met anybody like that?
Yes, sir.
Those kind of people, they'll not talk much. They'll try to avoid talking.
Correct. Correct.
அவங்க வந்து பேச மாட்டாங்க, தெரிஞ்சிடும்ல அவங்களுக்கு. So what they do is they actually they dress up very neatly. Killer மாதிரி வருவாங்க, killer dress. They would have come looking
Yes.
yeah, for the occasion, very neatly dressed, or for the review or for the meetings, they come very neatly dressed. They will not talk anything. They will be sitting quietly, and we might think that this guy has an attitude, but actually no, that's not an attitude. That is basically he knows his value when it comes to language. Correct? La?
Correct.
You
Correct.
can sell. You can rate yourself, can't you? Definitely. I would rate myself.
Yes.
I would rate myself 5. Not there, I will deep inside. I'll be thinking, hey, my communication skills are bad. Let me not talk.
Correct.
And they would actually have a inferiority complex, which stops them from talking. It's not attitude, but people would take it in a wrong fashion, thinking that this guy has an attitude. But no, and I feel sorry for such people.
Hmm.
They would never ever attempt to talk. They know that their language is bad, or they would know that their grammar is bad, or they would know their pronunciations are not appropriate. They would definitely know
Hmm.
that they are they have MTI. They definitely know that all of these things, that will get their confidence levels down. Even
Hmm.
though they are dressed up very neatly, they put on a pretext. Pretext in Enanga.
Sorry, sir.
Pretext. They would put on a pretext. Pretext. Pretext is nothing but pretense.
Correct. Yes.
They would
Hmm.
put on a pretext with a nice set of clothes, nice set of shoes. They would not talk because they know they're they they must have rated themselves. They would have rated themselves 3. They would say that, oh my God, I'm bad at language. Let me not talk much. வாயை மூடிட்டு சும்மா
Hmm.
இருக்கிறது தான் எங்களுக்கு மரியாதைன்னு சொல்லிட்டு they will not talk. பார்த்துருக்கீங்களா?
Yes. 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 Yes.
I've seen a lot of people like that. So
Hmm.
they are the ones who actually will get into a nutshell when it comes to talking in front of people. பார்த்துருக்கீங்களா நீங்க? Have you seen them? In front of people, they would have
Yes, sir.
only
Yes.
dressed up nicely.
Hmm.
That
Hmm.
is the only thing they'll have. But மிச்சம் மீதி எல்லாம் zero தான். They may be good in domain.
Yes.
Domain knowledge will be good. They'll have good,
Yes.
excellent domain knowledge. But bottom line, when you're good in domain knowledge, when your interpretation skills are poor, எல்லாம் அங்கே zero
Hmm.
ஆயிடுச்சு.
Correct.
Do you agree with me?
Correct. Yes, sir. Yes.
And
Okay.
some people you may have seen their language skills will be superb. Domain knowledge ஒண்ணுமே இருக்காது. That again அவங்க என்ன பண்ண, those are the guys
Yes.
who will somehow to manage to take the show by means of language. They'll actually grab attention of people and they will come out very stylishly. பார்த்திருக்கீங்களா? That kind of people also I've seen. And they are good orators. They are good at convincing people. They are good in making sure that the other person, or a set of people who are standing or sitting in front of them, they don't feel that this guy's product knowledge is bad. அதை அப்படியே கவர் பண்ணிடுவாங்க பேச்சிலே.
Correct.
So these are different set of people who actually have different skills. Again, it depends on how you carry yourself, how you put it across to a group of people, or it could be one single individual, or if you're doing it at your workplace. And some people have a very bad habit of starting the email by saying, hey, HEY. பார்த்திருக்கீங்களா?
Yes.
HEY. It's an informal word.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. They use those words even on emails because I feel sorry for them because they do not know. It is not out of arrogance they do it, right? They do not know.
Yes.
I feel pity for such guys. And they will not even try to learn. They'll continue doing that HEY. Have you seen people sending emails by using HEY?
Yes, sir. Yes. Sir. Yes.
Yeah. When it comes to using informal, those are all formal language. Informal, formal language, HEY. HEY. Some people use a word called yo. பார்த்திருக்கீங்களா?
Yes, sir.
Have you seen this word?
Yes, sir. I have.
And some people use a word called hi. Hi is still okay compared to yo and hey.
Yeah.
And some people use the word, oh sorry, 1 minute. Some people use the word called, have you seen these?
Yes, sir. Yes, I have.
Yeah. And some people also use the word called yeah. it's all a substitute for yes, no for no.
Yes. Yes.
If I ask you, Vinita,
Yes. Sir.
are you interested to work in Bangalore? What would you say?
Yes. Sir.
Would you say yup or yes?
No, I'd say yes.
What if you're not?
No.
Will you say a straight no? If I ask you, if you ask me, Mother, would you be interested to work in Coimbatore? I would rather say yes if I'm interested, or I would say,
Not really. Yeah.
yeah, a very, very polished way of saying no. Simple. See, these are words which actually, what happens is it sounds a little stylish, and also it's more a polite way of indicating to the other person. Have you heard somebody saying not really? They would
Yes,
ask you,
sir.
are you interested? I would say not really. I wouldn't say no. No is basically a rude way of conveying.
Rude way of saying. Yeah.
It's rude.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If in case I say yes, I can also use a word called sure, or I would love
I'd
to.
love to. Yeah.
Yeah. Or sometimes I will also say why not.
Yes.
Are you getting what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
And some people have a bad habit of saying, oh yeah, rather say, oh yes. Or some people would also say, I would be keen to.
Okay. Excellent.
See, these are very, very polished way of conveying to the person rather than giving a one single rude way of answering. Yes is fine. Oh yes, sure, I would love to. Why not? Oh yes, would be keen to. And not really is basically trying to tell the person that you are not interested. Simple as that. Or unsure. Unsure is nothing but no. If suppose I ask you, Vinuta, shall we have the training tomorrow at 12 o'clock? You would rather say unsure. That means no.
Yeah.
Are you getting what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
These
Yes.
are substitute words to sound more polite rather than being rude.
Okay.
So unsure, I use this word called unsure. Somebody asked me, Madan, are you coming for the wedding tomorrow? I wouldn't say no. I would say, oh, okay, I'm a little unsure. அப்படின்னா வருதில்லைன்னு அர்த்தம். அவன் கரெக்டாக சென்சிபிள், if he's sensible, he'll understand what I'm trying to say. Hope you got it.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. These are certain things which you need to put it on paper, and it will once you start using these words, believe me, check your language will become very, very flowery. Flowery in Enanga, polished. The other person will not. It is opposite to rude. These are all words which sound polished, which sounds very polite and also courteous. For example, if someone says that are you interested to come to the show tomorrow, you can rather say that not really or unsure, rather than saying no. And if I asked you, do you believe that, Vinita, you would say not really, sir. Rather than saying no. No, I don't believe. No, I don't believe. Why should you use so many words rather than saying not really, sir? So you're politely, indirectly telling me, also, no, I don't believe it. See, all of these words helps you sound very, very polished. Number one. Number two, you sound sophisticated, and you are not driving the other person on an offensive mode. Are you getting it, Vinita?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
These are very, very polished words. Are you sure that we are having the class tomorrow? If I ask you a question, Are you sure that we are
Mm.
having a class tomorrow? You either say yes or no. So these are words which makes a just not a little big difference. It sounds you sound very neat and you sound polished. See, importantly, and I would say, rather than sounding neat and polished, we need to sound a little stylish. Excuse me. See, when I say stylish, I would say you need to sound a little different compared to the others. Vinita, are you with me? Hello, Vinita,
So can you hear me?
are you with me?
Hello?
Are
So
you
can
able
you
to
hear me, sir?
are you able to hear me?
Okay. So
Hello,
can you hear me?
are you able to hear me, Vinita?
Yes, now I can hear you.
Okay. See, you sound more polished. I was trying to say that you sound more polished. You sound
So can you hear me?
sorry. Am I audible, Vinita, or is there a problem? Hello, Vinita, are you with me? Are you able to hear me? Vinita? Hello? Vinita, are you there?
Hello?
Are you there, Vinita?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. See,
Now I can hear you, sir. Now I
yeah,
can
yeah,
hear you.
all of these words, it sounds a little stylish. See, I would rather than saying sophisticated, you sound a little different than others. You sound stylish, and people would love to talk to you, and they get mesmerized by your conversation. புரியுதுங்களா?
Okay, sir.
Hello, hello, Vinita, are you with
So
me?
I can hear you, sir.
Yeah, yeah. How about you?
Hello?
Hi, hello, Vinita,
Sir,
are you
yes,
there?
sir.
Yeah.
Yes.
See, you sound,
Yes, sir. I can hear you, sir.
yeah. I was trying to tell you, you use all of these words. I'll give you a lot of words like this. Okay, definitely. There are a lot of people who use
Okay,
word
sir.
definitely, absolutely. If you want to say yes, you can also use the word called absolutely or absolutely right. If someone's asking you something, you can use the word called right or absolutely right. So absolutely right is you are confirming
Mm.
your your thoughts there. Correct?
Yes, sir.
See, those are all called as affirmatives. All of these. All of these are called affirmatives.
Okay.
What is affirmatives? Affirmatives is nothing but it is a yes. Affirmative. These are all called as affirmatives.
Mm.
And even no is an affirmative. But actually, the actual affirmatives are these. It can be yes, yeah, yup, sure, I would love to, why not, oh yes, would be keen to.
Sure. Mm.
All of these are affirmatives. See, usage of these words will give the other person a different impression about your language, and you actually are trying to put that person in a nutshell. You're trying to put that person in a complex. Are you listening to me? Hello, Vinuta, are you with me?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Yeah. Is the voice audible to you?
So yeah, yes, sir. I can hear you.
Yeah. See, you are trying to push the other person in a
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I can hear you.
you are actually trying to push the other person in a complex
Mm.
situation. அப்ப என்ன பண்ணுவான் அவன் பேசுறதை விட்டுருவான் உங்ககிட்ட. He'll stop talking to you, or he'll get into a complex. He'll minimize his conversation. இதுல ரெண்டு தான் ஆகும். ஒன்று, he'll minimize his conversation, or he'll not converse with you at all. He will just nod. He will not continue talking to you. He will just say yes, no, yes, no. That's all he'll talk to you, and he'll not try to argue with you. He'll not try to fiddle around with you, or he'll not try to play the fool around with you, or he'll not try to oversmart you. Simple as that. புரியுதுங்களா?
Okay, sir.
Are you with me? Hello?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
கேக்குதுங்களா வினிதா? Am I audible to you, Vinita?
So can you hear me? So take it, sir. Take it.
Sorry, could you come again?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I
Okay.
can hear you, sir.
Yeah. See, these are, I would say, attributes. And any questions on whatever we discussed till now? Please let me know if you have any doubts.
No, sir. Nothing.
And this one,
Yeah, but then,
yeah, go ahead.
so we didn't complete facial and hand gestures.
Yes, I'm coming to that. You're talking about
Okay.
verbal and non-verbal. Is this the one? Is that the one, Vinita?
So not that one, sir. Facial and hand gestures.
This one.
Yes.
This one.
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
See, I think we spoke about. See, facial gestures are more, evident when you meet people personally. See, you cannot have these hand gestures and facial gestures when you're speaking to somebody over the phone. When I'm talking to you, you can't see my facial and the hand gestures, can you?
No, no, sir.
You can't. It is only for
No, sir.
verbal conversation. These are all for people who meet, or physical, when you're having a physical meeting, or when you're personally meeting something. Your body language, your eye contact, your gestures, your facial and hand gestures comes into the picture. Especially hand gestures, it makes so much of difference. Salapere, you must have seen, they will point out the fingers and talk to you. Have you seen them?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. But their intention is not to put you in the offensive. But that's the way they are.
No. Yes.
அப்போ நாங்கள் என்ன பண்ணுவோம், கீழே கீழே வச்சுட்டு பேச பண்ணுவோம்.
Okay.
கரெக்ட்ல? The hand gestures, see, for me, when I'm talking to you, my hand gestures with you doesn't make any kind of a difference. But you know that I'm a very friendly guy. My hand gestures are not matching with what I'm trying to tell you. But the person who's observing you from far, he'll look at the hand gestures and he might think that he's fighting with you. Pathirkingla?
Yes, sir. It happens because I use a lot of hand gestures.
That will give a different picture to the person who is observing you from far. They would think that, oh, hey, they looks like they're quarreling. But actually it is not. So you may have to use hand gestures, which does not drive the other person into offensive. We all have those things, but the only thing is we need to apply it at the right place, at the right moment, to the right person. Hand gestures, when it comes to hand gestures, it's a token of acknowledgement also. For example, we wave our hands when we say hi to someone from far away, correct? தூரத்துல இந்த பார்த்தாங்கன்னா hi and ஜோரா கத்துவீங்களா?
No.
You wave your hand, right? Yeah, from far away, you are making sure that the other person knows that you are acknowledging by waving your hand. You are saying a hi by waving your hand. And hand gestures also, you can use it for no and yes also. For example, thumbs up. Some people you must have seen they use thumbs up very quite often.
Yeah.
Pathirkingla, thumbs up gesture.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That's a positive sign. If someone says, "Can you please do it for me?" the guy will say thumbs up. You don't have to say yes. ஒரே ஒரு hand gesture, ஒரு thumbs up படிச்சா போதும். Oh, definitely I'll do it for Mary.
Yes, sir.
And facial gestures, importantly, if you are good in face reading. You heard about face reading?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. What is face reading actually? What is face reading, Vinutha? Some people, they take the photographs and they'll say face reading and do the face reading for you. Pathirkingla?
Correct. But
they are
But
professional
when it's
yeah, you have something to say?
no, 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 sir. Please go.
Face reading, அப்புறம் வந்துட்டு some people assist you through your handwriting. Have you seen them?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Do you believe all that?
So I'm at this phase where I really don't know what I should believe because when now I heard you say flirting is not it, it's not wrong. So now I get a new perspective, and now I'm beginning to think that. And when it comes to handwriting, I've heard people say a lot about my handwriting and with the facial reading and all of this. So I don't know if I'm supposed to believe in
See,
it
this
or
is a
not.
new trend where people say that you write a sentence and I'll tell you who you are. That is all bullshit. I don't trust all that. Correct? Are
Yes, sir.
who's got a good handwriting nowadays, man? Nobody writes now except for the signatures.
Nobody right now. Yes, correct.
Correct? La? நான்
Correct,
எழுதி
sir.
நான் see but I still have my handwriting is real good even today because I am very much passionate about writing.
Right.
அது வந்து handwriting, no one has a good handwriting. Your handwriting would have got over in your college days.
True, sir. True.
புரியுதுங்களா? அங்கேயே முடிஞ்சிடுச்சு அது கதை. So some
Yes,
people
sir.
say that you write a sentence and give it to me. I'll tell you your characteristics and all these things. It is all bullshit. But facial gestures, your facial expressions. Let me put that word here. Facial expression. See, your facial expressions indicate certain aspects of what you want to convey. Correct?
Correct, sir.
சில
Yes.
பேர் கண்ணிலேயே பேசுவாங்க, பார்த்திருக்கீங்களா?
Yes, sir.
Have you seen them?
Yes, sir. Yes.
They'll do all the gestures in their eyes. கண்ணிலேயே எல்லாம் பண்ணி
Yes.
விட்டுருவாங்க. And
Correct.
facial expressions is basically some people they become very conscious when they're talking to people. They will not even smile. And some people come out with an artificial smile. And the natural smile is irukada.
Yes. Yes.
Some people they smile and immediately they get back to their regular self. But some people, they'll have a very, very smiling face. And they are not they smile at everyone. That's basically they're trying to say that I'm friendly. That actually expresses the friendliness in them. An urge to talk, an urge to be friend. See, what I usually do is when I walk on the road, people look at me, okay, and they stare at me. Okay, they stare at me, and they might stare at you also. But they may be staring at you for various reasons. You never know.
Correct.
Correct. Some may have been seeing you because they may have friends like you who's similar to you, or they may have some relative who looks like you, or they may be a movie actor who's just like you. There are various aspects of people looking at you straight. They're correct.
Correct.
So when they look at you, the best thing to counter is just give them a very, very warm smile. I do that. அப்போ அந்த
Yes.
ஸ்மைல் நீங்க கொடுத்தீங்கன்னா ஹீல் fizzle out. கரெக்ட்ல?
Correct.
He'll back
Correct.
out. Patrick, you try that. He'll back out. Just give
Yes.
them a smile. And just give them a smile. And
Yes.
if you're gutsy enough, you can also ask them, have we met somewhere? நான் போய் கேட்குவேன் அப்படியே
Yes.
ஒரு ஸ்மைல் கொடுத்துட்டு நான்
Yes.
ask them. I'll tell them my name is Madan. I introduce myself. I said, have we met somewhere? அவன் வந்து அப்புறம் அப்படியே ஒரு மாதிரி ஷாக் அடிச்ச மாதிரி ஆயிடும். ஏன்னா நாங்கள் பார்த்தோம் வந்து பிடிக்கிறாரு நம்மளுக்குன்ட்டு.
Correct.
You
Correct.
get into a complex. Have you seen that?
Yes, sir. Yes.
I usually do that. I psych people away on the streets.
Correct.
Yeah, and my wife also always tells me, do you know this guy or do you know her? I said I don't know. Then she used to tell me, then how come you going and talking to her? Then I said she was actually looking through me. Sorry. Then she will be telling me, then what's your problem? Then I said that's annoying. Some people they look at you and it's annoying. Have you seen them?
Yes, sir. Yes.
மறைப்பானுங்க அப்படியே. And that will actually piss you off.
Correct.
அதாவது வந்து you have this technique And you should not be doing it with guys, or you do it with girls. If you want to do it with guys, you can also always tell them, hey, hi Bob, have we met somewhere, do you know me? அவனுக்கு அப்படியே ஷாக் அடிச்ச
Yes.
மாதிரி ஆயிடும். நெக்ஸ்ட் அந்த மாதிரி வேற you'll never do that to any of the girls.
Correct.
See, you never know what people's intentions are when they look at you, Vinitha.
Correct.
Correct la? And
Correct.
even women for that matter, when they look at guys or when they look at men, you never know what intentions they have or what they are thinking about you. All you have to do is just break the ice. I do it for the women folk most of the times. When someone's looking at me, I always give them a smile. I give them a very wonderful, warm smile, and I always ask them. I tell them, my name is Madan, and where are you from? I pick up a conversation there. அப்போ என்ன ஆயிடுதுன்னா அவங்களுக்கு they'll back out. பார்த்துருக்கீங்களா? A polished way of saying, boss, this is me. Indirect சொல்ற மாதிரி, where are you from? நீ எங்க இருந்து வரமா என்ற மாதிரி, நீ யாருமா என்ன பார்க்கறதுன்ற மாதிரி இன்டைரக்டா. Some are very friendly. They would say that, hey, hi, nice meeting you. My name is this XYZ and I am from this place. That means people who are proactive like that are the ones who are looking at you with a friendly gesture. புரியுதுங்களா அப்போ?
Right.
People who back out are the ones who are having something else in mind, or they may be having some negative thoughts about you. You never know. So facial gestures are very, very important, and you can cite people in your facial expressions. Do you know that? Next time உங்களை பார்த்து ஓடி போயிடணும், அந்த மாதிரி கூட பண்ணலாம். Next time உங்களை பார்த்து ஓடி வந்து பேசுற மாதிரி கூட பண்ணலாம். That all depends on how you handle it. You may be thinking, what is this mother is giving me all these suggestions? But practically, I'm telling you, this is practicals which I have experienced, and I basically, I look very serious. You saw me, right?
Yes, sir. Yes.
I look very serious, and people, they don't approach me, or possibly they don't smile and look at me. Or because that's the way I look. Boss, looks are deceptive, correct?
Correct.
So what I do is I break the ice. I give them a nice smile. I give them one beautiful Colgate smile. I give them a wonderful smile, and I wave my hand and I tell them, hi, how are you? They fizzle out. They said, oh my God, this guy seems to be friendly.
True.
Correct. I do that, and I'm good at it. And I do it even in weddings. Some people, they keep staring at me. Smile. And when they smile back, I go and talk to them personally. I said, hi, my name is Madan Peswar. If they don't smile and they turn that side, that means these people are looking with a different intention.
Correct.
So my wife always tells me, what is that? Do you know those people? I said, no, that guy smiled. That guy is staring at me. Then I was told, stare what is your problem? I said, no, I don't like the way they look at me. Correct? Some people I have seen, Vinitha, they smile and they look at you. Some people, they do not smile or that is annoying.
Yes.
அந்த மாதிரி ஆளுங்க கிட்ட தான் நீங்க போய் பேசணும். பர்சனலா போயிட்டு you should say that, hey, my name is Vinitha. Can I get your name? இல்லனா my name is Vinitha. Have we met somewhere? அப்படின்னு இன்டைரக்டா தமிழ்ல சொல்ற மாதிரி, டேய் என் பேர் வினிதாடா, எங்கேயாவது என்ன பார்த்திருக்கீங்கடா, அப்படி முறைக்கிறன்ற மாதிரி இருக்கும் அது. புரியுதுங்களா உங்களுக்கு?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Those are all techniques to make sure that you safeguard your interests, and secondly, you have to be yourself when you are meeting people. And it can happen in a crowd, it can happen on a street, it can happen in a wedding, it can happen in companies, especially when you're working in organizations. People might stare at you for various reasons, or reasons best known to them. So everything will be under control. So basically, you're trying to take control of the situation with it. I'm good at I'm good at this, because I've seen people, I'm 51. I've seen so many people like that. I've seen people and I've interacted with people, and people don't talk to me the way I look. They say that, the first time they look at me, they tell me that you look stern. That means I don't have that friendly appearance. See, அது
Mm.
என் பிரச்சனை அது நான் இருக்கிறது அந்த மாதிரி தான் இல்லைங்களா the way you look is deceptive. Looks are deceptive. You never know what the other person is until and unless you pick up a conversation or you kickstart a conversation or you start interacting with the person. You will never know what kind of a person that guy is, that guy or that girl is. Correct? La?
Also,
That is one technique you should use an eye contact. And someone's looking at you straight, don't look at them straight. Rather, give them a beautiful smile. அவன் மாதிரி
right.
மனசுல என்ன வச்சு பேச பார்க்குவானு you never know. Look at them.
Correct, correct.
Look at them twice. If they're still staring at you, you just ask them,
Mm.
my name is this, have we met before? Or do you know me? Or do we know one another? Do you know me என்றதோட very polished do we know one another ஒரு ஸ்மைல்லே பேசுங்க. Tell them, have we met
Yes,
before? Or do we know one another? ஒரு ஸ்மைல்லே கொடுங்க. அப்போ நோண்ணா அப்படி சிரிச்சுட்டு ஓகே சொல்லிட்டு போயிட்டே இருக்கலாம்ல அப்படின்னு
yes, yes.
போயிட்டு இருக்கலாம் அட போடான்ட்டு போற மாதிரி இருக்கும்.
Correct, correct.
Especially these things will be effective for the women folk. எங்களெல்லாம் எவனும் பார்க்க மாட்டான் விடுங்க எங்களெல்லாம் எவனும் பார்க்க மாட்டான் ஏன்னா வந்து we drive people into a complex. See, some personalities are such that you drive people into a complex in public. பார்த்துருக்கீங்களா?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. And most of the people they don't talk to me because I look stern. So நான் என்ன பண்ணுவேன் instances like that I initiate a conversation, I give them a lovely smile and I wave at them the first time. ஒரே ஏரியா நான் if they saying the same area I'll wave and go off. he'll be shocked. நான் ஏதோ ஒரு மனசுல வச்சு பார்த்தேன் வேவ் பண்ணிட்டு போறானே அந்த இம்ப்ரெஷன் அவன் என்ன யோசிப்பான் whatever he's thinking he will try to change his approach towards me. புரியுதுங்களா? Tomorrow if I go on the same road, if I meet that guy again I'll smile at him, he will also smile back. That is where you build rapport with people. அவங்கள அடிக்கணும் ஒரு மனசுல இருந்தா கூட அதெல்லாம் போயிடும். That is called as facial expression and hand gestures. And hand gestures also plays an important role, Vinita, especially when you're saying a yes, no in front of people. And have you heard about group discussions? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Group discussions. Have you heard about group discussions?
Yes, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Group discussions, your hand gestures and your facial expressions. These are two important aspects for someone who can sit and judge your thoughts or judge your temperament or judge your intentions. Some people you may have seen, you may have seen, they'll not smile at all. அவங்க மூஞ்சி அப்படி இருக்குங்க ஆனா they'll be very friendly people.
Yes.
That is, you get to know only when you pick up a conversation with that person. They'll actually break ice and they'll become very friendly, but 90% of the people will not approach such people because அவங்க மூஞ்சி அப்படி இருக்கு. இது unfriendly மாதிரி இருக்கான் பார்க்கறதுக்கு இந்த மாதிரி மோரிக்கிறான்னு சொல்லிட்டு they'll not even go near them. But who am I to assess your personality? I should not be doing it, correct? I do it. My way of doing that is different. I talk to the person to check his pulse. I check people's pulse. Whether this guy is friendly. That is when you'll get to know if he's real cold, then I'll say goodbye. Bye, I don't need you. Because it's not matching. Our vibes and raga therima.
Yes, sir. Yes, yes.
You heard about the word called vibes?
Yes, sir. I have.
And the vibes le kandupudichalam.
Yeah.
And some people are very good in capturing your vibes. Patrikingla.
Yes, sir. Yes.
They are amazing in capturing the vibes. So, any questions, Vinita? I think we'll wind up. One, okay.
Okay, sir.
So we shall start from interpersonal skills tomorrow. I will teach you a little more of interpersonal skills. And till today,
Sure.
I think you can recall, you can make notes, and after which we can
Yes,
have a
sir.
recap tomorrow. Tomorrow we'll start a little early, 11 o'clock, or Let them,
Okay, sir.
anyways, we are running late, 5-10 minutes here and there. Please adjust. Yeah, I
No
would request
problem,
you
sir.
to
No
manage
problem,
that
sir.
5-10 minutes if I'm late. Okay. For now, I think we'll wind up.
Okay, sir.
You can come out with questions for today's session. And if you still have
Sure, sir.
something else in mind which you think which we are not covering here, you can jot out and we can take it further.
Sure, sir. Sure,
Okay?
sir.
Right, Vinita. Any questions for me for today?
No, sir.
Okay. So
I have a lot to.
we shall wind up. You can come out with questions for tomorrow.
Sure, sir. Sure, sir.
And if you think that you need to add some more chapters or some more topics, you're most welcome to do that.
Sure, sir.
Okay? Right,
Thank you, sir.
Vinita.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you,
Have a
sir.
good day and you take care.
Thank you, sir.
If you have any doubts, you can message me on WhatsApp.
Sure, sir. I'll
Okay.
do so.
Right,
Thank you.
Vinita. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
Enjoy your day. Bye bye.
Thank you.